Back with the insiders, Chris Johnston, Pierre LeBrun, and Darren Dreger. Not quite done yet. Pierre, is that the best way to characterize the status of the new CBA? The league and the Players Association are hoping to roll out on Friday?
Yeah, they're almost there, Gino. As of Thursday afternoon, there remain one key issue that the National Hockey League and the NHL Players Association were hoping to agree to and get this thing past the finish line by Thursday night so that they can be in a position Friday morning to go ahead with that news conference. I know from speaking to sources involved in this that they felt that news conference would likely happen. They don't see this as an issue that would blow up this whole thing, that they're pretty much there. But they do have to iron this out. And Marty Walsh and Ron Hainsey of the NHLPA were flying into L.A. on Thursday afternoon to meet with Bill Daly and Gary Bettman so they can get this across the finish line.
One very significant change the two sides have agreed on is the length of contracts moving forward. What can you tell us on that front, CJ?
Yeah, specifically with the maximum length, it's going to be reduced by a year to 7 years when you're signing with your own team and 6 years when you're signing as a free agent somewhere else. And I think what's significant about that is obviously it's a little more control within the system, but this CBA is not kicking in until September 2026, Gino. And so that means players that are hitting free agency next week, they can still sign an 8-year deal. They'll be the dinosaurs once this new CBA is put into effect because they'll be the last players with that kind of contract. And so, in these next few days, we'll perhaps get our last player or two that gets an 8-year extension done with his team because as part of this new CBA, it's going to be a little more restrictive moving forward.
For years now, a number of teams have taken advantage of a loophole in the salary cap that allowed clubs to go way over the cap come the postseason. Are the league and PA about to plug that hole moving forward, Dregs?
Yeah, it sure sounds like it, Gino, and I'm looking forward to seeing the inner workings of what that means. The language written in the new collective bargaining agreement that illustrates what a salary cap in the Stanley Cup playoffs actually is going to look like. Because you're right, there's been this long-standing issue as you relate LTIR in the regular season, and there is no salary cap in the postseason, and teams on an annual basis have found a way to use that as a strength, using the system of the existing CBA. But what we're understanding moving forward is that there will be some sort of cap compliance for every game played in the regular season and the postseason moving forward. But we need to read it and understand it.
A few other little smaller tweaks that are coming, Dregs, to the contractual status is one thing is deferred compensation deals are just going to be eliminated entirely. It's only been in the last year or so that we saw those really go into effect. Jacob Slavin, Seth Jarvis in Carolina, Jake McCabe in Toronto. Well, those deals will quickly be wiped away. And then there's going to be some new restrictions as well placed on how much money can be put into a signing bonus as part of a deal. In the past, some players, the top players, have gotten like 95% in signing bonus payments. That's going to be restricted at 60% in this new agreement.
Hey, listen, when the league does drop the puck with the new CBA a year from this fall, we'll be playing an 84-game schedule for the first time since the 93-94 season. How's that going to work, Pierre?
Well, it's going to work by reducing the preseason. We talked about this possibility back in March on Insider Trading that the two sides were talking about this, and now it will be part of the CBA starting in 26. And what's going to happen is they're going to start the regular season in late September. Now, before you get excited and think that that means they're going to end the season earlier, they will not. They're starting in late September so that they can get the cup awarded by June 21st, get a draft in the last weekend of June, and get free agency not delayed and not start later than July 1st. Can you imagine? So it's about stretching out the regular season. Extra games within the division, by the way, is the plan. But a shorter preseason is the key as to why you can drop the puck in late September come September 26th.
But still no early summers. They are the insiders. Chris Johnston, Pierre LeBrun, and Darren Dreger.